Hello everyone, this is day 37 of Polity Daily Drill. Let's begin. First question. Consider the following statements. The Constitution of India does not provide any procedure for the selection and appointment of the Prime Minister. And number two, the President appoints the leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha as the Prime Minister. So, in fact, that is correct that the Constitution does not provide for any procedure. It only says that the President will appoint the Prime Minister and other Council of Ministers on the advice of the Prime Minister. Article 75, Clause 1. Right? So, 1 is 2, and of course, the President will appoint the leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha as the Prime Minister. So both the statements are correct. C, both 1 and 2 is the right answer. Moving on to question number 2. With reference to the Finance Commission of India, consider the following statements. Finance Commission, a quasi-judicial body under Article 280 of the Indian Constitution. First one, it consists of a chairman and 3 other members, all of whom are eligible for reappointment. Now, the statement has a slight problem. It consists of a chairman, but not 3. How many members? 4 members. So, 1 is wrong. Second one, the Parliament determines the qualifications of the chairman and the members of the Finance Commission and the manner of their selection. Absolutely correct. Article 280 says that the Parliament will determine this, and in fact, it has already been done via Finance Commission Act of the year 1951. So 2 is correct. Third one, it is responsible for making the grants in aid principles and the measures to augment the consolidated fund of the states. Absolutely correct. Of course, the Finance Commission will give recommendations to the state governments on how to augment, meaning enhance, increase the CFS, which ultimately will benefit the panchayats and the municipalities. More funds for panchayats, more funds for municipalities. So 2 and 3 are correct. How many statements are correct? B, 2 only. Moving on to question number 3. Consider the following: Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Manipur and Tripura. Which of the above mentioned states have tribal areas that are administered according to the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution? We know there are 4 states. Those states are Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura. So here we have Mizoram and Tripura, 2 and 5. This would mean B is the right answer. Okay. Moving on to question number 4. Which of the following statements are correct with reference to the cut motions in the budget? A disapproval of policy cut motion, if passed, reduces the amount of demand by rupees 100. Now we all know that this is actually the definition of a token cut motion. When the demand is reduced by rupees 100, it does not change the amount being disbursed, amount being granted to the government. All it does is that it showcases that the people there, the MPs in the house, a group of MPs, maybe the opposition party, has some grievance with a scheme or a program or an expenditure. So 1 is wrong. Second one, economic cut motion, when passed, reduces the amount of demand by a specific amount. This is absolutely correct. It prevents wasteful expenditure, right? It rationalizes the expenditure. And number 3, token cut motion states that the amount of the demand will be reduced to rupee 1. This is the definition of a disapproval of policy cut motion, that the amount of demand will be reduced to rupee 1. This would mean what? This would mean that we need now a trust vote or a no confidence motion can be brought against the government. Why? Because how can such a motion be passed in the Lok Sabha where the government commands majority. It can only happen if and only if the government no longer commands the majority or the confidence of the House. This means 3 is wrong, 1 is wrong. In fact, there has been an interchange in the definition between 1 and 3, right? So right answer is B, 2 only. And the last question for today. With reference to the cabinet, consider the following statements. It is the highest decision making body or making authority in the Indian politico-administrative system. This is actually correct. Number 2, it is an advisory body to the president and its advice is binding on him. Yes, of course, the advice is binding because we follow a parliamentary form of government where the president is the nominal head and the PM is the real head. Number 3, the term was inserted in the Constitution by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act in 1978. Yes, of course. Under which article? Under Article 352, where if the president proclaims the emergency or the national emergency is being proclaimed by the president, it can only be issued after a written communication by the cabinet. It was done to keep a check on the power of the prime minister, which was primarily misused in 1975 to impose an emergency. So all 3 are correct. D is the right answer. This brings us to an end of our discussion for today. Let's meet tomorrow. Till then, that's all for me. Jai Hind.